Reverend Canon Ugochukwu Ndukuba of Basilica of Grace, Abuja Diocese of the Anglican Communion, and leaders from different backgrounds have called on youth to participate more in politics and governance process in Nigeria. According to the Cleric and other stakeholders who served as resource persons at the symposium said, youth involvement in Nigerian politics is crucial for them to have a voice in shaping the future.
As among us took advantage of today being Democracy Day to educate young people to be part of partisan politics and many exposure, or let me say, we had a political symposium in which most of the young people were exposed to the nitty-gritty of what happens within the political space of our nation, Nigeria, and they were basically encouraged to begin to serve under one or two persons, have a political mentor so that they can be entrenched with what is happening in the political space of our nation, Nigeria. Most of them happen to be staunch members of the Anglican Communion, and they shared basically their experience, first thing that any youth must do if he wants to embark on.
Senator Nkechi Umwagu said the Not Too Young to Run law has offered opportunities for young Nigerians and urged youth to shun the negative notion of politics being a dirty game and get involved in active politics.
And when those things are not changed, when we have not brought the youths like you to come on board, to begin to sanitize the polity, the society. And when people say, I don't understand politics, start with one issue you care about. There must be something that is bothering you. You don't have to be master of it all. Even those of us that have PhD, doctorate degree, MSc, PGD, all in political science, that does not mean you are master. You're only a master in a tiny section of the program. Political engagement is not about carrying placards for a candidate. It's not all. It is about understanding issues, holding leaders accountable, and ensuring your community is represented with integrity. Don't let anyone use your strength to destroy your own future. Be the voice, not the weapon. Be the leader, not the tool. You have a voice. You have power. You have influence. Don't waste it. Say no to political apathy. Say yes to building the future you want to live in. If you are not at the table, you will be on the menu.
Similarly, Mr. Chukwuemeka Nwajiuba, former Minister of State for Education, urged aspiring young leaders to invest in character and capacity building in order to become responsible and accountable leaders.
Truly speaking, for you to have good governance, those who are coming to govern must have a value system. You must first of all accept who you are, the values you portend, and carry it into every office. So anybody who doesn't want to be useless should be used. Welfare and security of our citizens is the primary, not secondary, primary purpose of governance. That's the primary purpose of governance. So please, I'm only asking you, those who are interested, get yourself involved. Suffer yourself to be useful.
The highlight of the event was the unveiling of the book, Empowering Tomorrow, a masterpiece on youth empowerment with focus on leadership and fight against corruption in Nigerian society. According to the author, the book is to encourage youth to take active roles in shaping their future and the future of their nation.
We as parents, we've failed the very young ones. And how did we fail them? It starts from the household, family, where if parents do what they ought to do, train the children even before they go into kindergarten and into school, it's parents that are also teachers in those schools. So if they do what they ought to do as parents and go and teach the way they ought to teach, and then those in school report back to parents at home that these children are not doing what they're supposed to do, that the parents were supposed to teach them. So that is the cohesion. We have failed in that regards, and so that's why I say that we have to all come back and understand. So it's still back in the hands of young people. Well, if parents have failed, I have said to the people, we cannot keep crying foul that our parents failed. We didn't do what we need to do to our children the way our parents raised us up. And we as parents that were in the school teaching, we didn't teach the way we ought to teach. I turn to the children and say, so what? You have tools that you're using. Instead of using it to study and become the best you can become and be what the young people ought to be. So some of you are now using it for vices, misinformation. Our young people, look into politics and make sure that you have a plan on how to make sure that those that are voted for are the ones that will become those that will benefit from it.